Hey, what a party reside. Yes.
We up in here
It's here. It's
on the
here.
What's
Friday.
going on?
What happened?
I don't know
No,
what's
on a
going
Friday.
on. It's a Friday. That's all I can say. It's a
It's a
Friday.
Friday. It's a
It's a
Friday. It's
Friday.
the
It's
end
the
of the
end of
week.
the week
The
and the
week is
last day.
Friday. I'm gonna get my drink on. I'm gonna get my drink on. Now, what you gonna do?
Everybody dance like Terrence Trent, y'all.
Terrence
Yeah.
Trent D'Arby.
Nah.
That's
Mm-mm.
throwback
That's
right there.
that's Atlanta's
Sign your
thing.
name across
So
my heart.
what is wrong with them? This is what I
My
said. When
What
this
is
baby.
train
going
get going,
on?
Look,
when this
he was like,
train
Hey,
get
Fit.
going, you
Hey,
can't do nothing
Mo.
else.
"Hey,
Hey.
Mo,
What's
What's
the
up?
Hey, you gotta remember, I
deal?
was raised in Marysville. I didn't go to HBCU. Okay.
So
Come
what
on,
does
man.
that
on, Mokito with the
mean?
D.
he was like
Moki
a mixture between
Moquita.
Mick Jagger and Michael
Mokiaka.
Jackson."
Mokiaka.
Mokiaka. Yeah, that's right. That's it right there.
Yes. Yes.
Mokiaka.
Put
I
a little
love those.
pizzazz on it.
It,
Mokiada.
that AKA at the end. That's
You
what
gotta
that
add
is.
that AK in there.
That
Oh,
AK.
yeah.
Yes, ride out
She
on
didn't
the
catch. She didn't
L.
catch
Ride
it. She
out
didn't
on
catch
the L.
Look, she's talking about, eh.
Ride out on the
It's a
L.
shame. It's a shame, Ivory.
No,
It's a
I still
shame.
love you, Modo. You know I love you. I love you. You know.
No, no.
She's talking about,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
just
love
don't
it.
know what to say about that. That's what
Woo,
Ebony said.
what's up? What's up this week? What's up?
How's everybody?
Can't
Good.
Can't
complain.
Hey,
complain.
did we shout out Skip for his birthday?
No.
No,
Don't believe
no,
it. I
Skip.
don't believe it. So,
no. Daddy, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy belated
oh,
birthday.
hey,
A
Daddy
related birthday.
G,
Happy belated. Happy
happy
salute.
belated.
birthday.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Daddy G.
I saw you
Happy birthday, G.
flooding the timeline, Daddy G.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He made his request known in March. I want to go to Red Rooster.
All right.
It is.
Nice.
They said the
Mission
chicken
accomplished.
is, yeah, he said the chicken is, I heard the chicken is good. I want to go to Red Rooster. That's where I want to go.
Yeah. You couldn't
All
tell
right.
him nothing that night either. He had a polka dot
Ooh,
blazer on and a fedora.
Saw him.
Skip.
I saw him.
Skip
I
out
yes,
his
saw him.
house like this.
yes,
Literally.
Nice.
April
Shut up.
looking
Did
like
he
that
have did he have
picture,
yes.
on the did he
April.
have on the rose color shades? Because when they put on the rose, that's when the game is official. When he put on the rose.
I mean, every few
April
minutes,
looking like
boy,
that picture, looking like that shaft picture.
somebody
Yeah.
was stopping him, trying to say, "What's up?"
Everybody was, yes, Ebony, looking like that picture I have up there. I used to listen. He was like, "Oh, you look good." They kept talking about he looked good.
Yeah.
Had
You
on.
Right,
looking
right, right.
clean. You
That
And he was
looking
trying to
is.
be
good.
cool too. He was trying to be cool about it. You look good. Yeah. One guy somebody called him OG.
Nice.
I about fell out of my seat. Oh, my bad, OG. I see you. Hey, your daddy, he hit him with the pinky ring. He's like, no problem. No problem.
Watch yourself next time, boy.
Right.
right,
For
right,
real. For real.
right.
That's how
We
he
didn't
Watch
even
yourself
we
next
didn't even
time,
get
boy.
inside good. They had already bought him a drink.
Nice.
Not
All right.
us.
Hey,
Somebody else
At the
had already
bar.
how
bought
many,
him
how many
a
people he
drink.
did this to? I got
No, but you got to think about that. His
The
fedora,
universe,
that's a
the
2-drink
universe knew
minimum.
that he was in the building, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, Daddy, we just got in here. I
Nice.
mean, we were just sitting down.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
What's up?
Right,
Player
Belinda.
Player.
from the
yes.
Himalayas.
Himalaya.
Flair,
Yeah.
Flair,
Mm,
Flair, what's up?
Flair. Flair.
Hey
Shout out
boy, hey
Flair.
boy, hey boy.
Shout out to
That's that. That's that.
Shout out to Flair.
That's that poultry claw.
that
That poultry claw.
yeah.
That poultry claw. Watch
That
stuff.
thing was funny.
Straight out the heights.
That's it. Polk Street's finest.
So, did you
Right.
guys
see
see?
what I
Well, I don't even know how to say. I'm just gonna put it up. I don't even know how to even introduce this.
I don't even know what's going on right here. What's
Just
happening?
saying, one time from a man Van Lathan doing his thing. And the
What?
ultimate petty move.
Yeah, that's the petty section right there.
Y'all tell me what this is about. Because when y'all
So-
said this, I didn't know what was going on.
So he had always had a tumultuous
I
relationship
saw
with
the
TMZ.
picture, but I was totally confused.
So Van Lathan used to work for TMZ. And they had a falling out, like a public falling out. And so he just got an Academy Award for being part of a short film that he won the Oscar for. So he won the Oscar, put up the picture, and tagged TMZ like, like I'm glowing up.
Right. Thanks for leaving me. Look at
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
Thanks for lifting that closing that door. The Lord had something else for you, dog.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all little TV show.
It wasn't even
right. You gotta do it like this.
justified. Why they let him go?
You gotta
you gotta say love in front of it.
Love.
Say love in front of it. That is total disrespect.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you gotta put the whatever at the end.
Yeah.
You got that for the emphasis, Ebony. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, your little TV show or whatever,
Whatever. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on y'all little TV show for forever. Now I done got off, and now I got an award.
I appreciate y'all. I want to thank TMZ for the stepping stone.
Thank you.
Right. For their little TV show or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
for being my footstool. I appreciate
y'all.
Thank you for putting me
I hope I didn't break y'all back stepping on y'all.
Let me take the church right quick. Won't he
do it? Won't he do it?
Enemy show footstool.
Willie, won't he?
Right. Won't he?
Why you gotta do all this?
Because Ebony gonna take it to the church all the time. You hear me?
All
the time.
Shoot, Miles ain't too far from Ebony. His daggone self. My goodness, it don't take much from Miles either.
Ebony be taking the church. I'm talking, man. Listen,
only thing Ebony missing.
We'll listen to music. This girl take it straight to the choir. I'm like, Ebony, we cannot be in the choir with this song. It's not it. It's not it.
No, she
he resides within me.
That's right, Ebony.
Nothing.
Ebony, I ain't mad at you. Only thing missing from Ebony right now is a tambourine. That's all she needs, a tambourine. She goes
way back yonder before COVID, when I used to go to the Purple Church. Ebony, boy, she would get that. If somebody need to get her tambourine quick.
I'm trying to tell you.
I love it.
Doggone it.
You be taking Luke's song turned into a gospel.
Yeah.
I've been with her when I believe she's done that. I've been with her.
That's what I'm saying. You be like, Ebony, not this song.
I say, when I say face down, and you say ass up.
I say John 3:16.
That's right,
Jody. That's right.
Listen,
Jody, you
Dwight, Ebony, and one of our other friends went to this. I don't know. We went to this bar one night, right? I don't know what we were. Dwight gonna clear it up. He gonna clear up everything. He'll get the specifics. We sitting in the bar, and it was just like really us in there, and they playing music. And if I'm not mistaken, the song that came on was "It's God in Me," right?
Yes, I remember.
And we were like this, and it was like, "It's a God," and we was like, wait a minute, should I be doing this right here with this? Without drinks. I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I was like, let's put the napkins over the drink for a second, because I don't know what's happening right here.
But
Dwight, you remember that?
But that was the God in you. But that was the God in you.
That's right. God is with you.
Like up north,
God was with you.
It was up north.
But did you throw it back? But did you throw it back? We didn't finish the ending of the night. Did you throw it back? That's what I'm saying. Did you?
After the song was gone.
Okay.
And had us
What'd you say? What'd you say, Ebony? What was Jesus' first miracle? Turning water into
wine.
That's what I'm saying.
He turned
it. Where were we?
That's what he did.
Remember?
Hey, at the wedding.
We've been to so many events.
That's what he did.
It was up north somewhere.
It was like the Polo something. It's like the
Bermuda
Polo
bar
something.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know.
Wasn't that far?
Miami Nights, 183rd Street.
No, we never.
Manhattan, Strawberries. Oh, y'all
No,
weren't old enough.
listen.
We never
okay.
cared about the
Yeah.
weather.
I was just a baby at that
Look,
point.
okay.
we definitely went to Bermudas. We definitely did go there.
Stardom.
And Matt, was it
Nah, they
Mad?
didn't
No,
go to
Mad.
Stardom.
Mad Jack.
They didn't go to
Mad
Stardom?
Jack.
Nah, they ain't go to Stardom.
No, y'all didn't go to Snickers.
We didn't go to
Gotta go to-
Snick Strawberries.
gotta
I
go
didn't
to
We didn't
make
go to-
Bermuda either, friend. I didn't. I made
Oh.
iguanas though when it was down here at Town and Country. I made that.
No,
Oh,
that ain't even the type. Listen,
Latif, what was that reggae spot that
and not
was
even
in Kendall?
the iguanas
Lion
on
King.
YouTube.
Lion
The
King.
iguanas in the grove.
Lion King.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
This is gonna be able to
Hey,
gunshot
boy.
me forward.
Hey, boy.
The forward, rewind.
Waggy T used to kill it.
What's that? What's that?
Waggy T used to kill
Lion
it at
King,
Lion King.
Lion King,
Oh,
Kendall.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, and you know Waggy T, Waggy T is down at Homestead.
Doing what?
He's trying to rekindle it down at Homestead on
Oh,
Thursday.
wow.
Yeah, he had a set that this past Thursday. Somebody
Rap
told me.
cardio.
Lecter ain't never
No,
came
I
out.
need to look at that.
Cody, I do the workout that I do is out of Atlanta. Effect Fitness. Mo, you probably heard of it, and it's to trap. Now, you know, God knows
That's
his
right
children.
down your lane.
And,
God knows his children.
God knows his children, and he knows that his daughter loves trap music. So
Lord
I
Jesus,
love
if that ain't down her alley.
so you know,
you're just a heathen.
hey, everybody
Lord have
has
mercy.
their vice.
You're
Everybody
That
has
is
their
not
vice.
true.
I mean,
Audio
just,
trap.
it is what it is.
just a heathen, just a hedonistic, and
Listen,
I don't see anything
just
wrong with it.
letting it ride.
I can't trust a rapper who puts a diamond in his
It's what
forehead.
it
I
is.
can't do that.
What? You didn't say a mouthful.
Is the diamond still there?
I don't think.
Oh,
Is
wow.
it?
I don't understand
I
that.
hope
They had
not.
another rapper who said he didn't test the diamond, so we don't know if it was a real diamond. So this rapper put a diamond in his cheek, and then had the jeweler testing the diamond to let you know
I'm so glad I missed
that if
that.
you're gonna
That's
put diamond in your face, that you need to have a real diamond. Because
I'm so glad I missed out on that information.
That's right.
ignorant.
That's right.
A diamond in your
Saved.
No, Belinda. No.
Saved.
No.
Belinda.
Steve, I don't know what it is, Steve. I can't get down with it. I mean,
No.
who you telling?
I don't know about that statement, Belinda.
I mean, I just
Saved
want a rapper
and
used to have a
sanctified.
mouthful of gold teeth, and that was it. You know?
Right.
Hey,
That's
man,
all I'm trying to see.
Hey, dog, I try to get a Goku so bad.
KW showed me that the other day. The one who had it like right up here. He had one like in his forehead.
That would be Little Uzi Vert, not to be confused with Lil Baby or Fetus.
Oh, duh, baby. Everybody's baby. My baby, your baby.
Everybody is a little something. That means they
little
shake.
something and a baby. And a baby.
And babies. Yeah.
That's good. Y'all could keep up with that.
I know.
No one can.
It's only because I have a 17-year-old. Because trust me, if I didn't, I would be lost.
Look at man.
That right there was right.
That's a grown baby right there.
I'm getting ready to come out with Big Baby.
Look at him.
I mean, wasn't Baby Huey in Parliament? Wasn't he the big? Wasn't he the first?
Oh yeah,
Baby Huey in Parliament.
Oh, Big Captain Baby. There it is.
Yeah, Big Captain
Baby
Baby.
Get out there, play that saxophone with that diaper on. That was fly.
Little Captain Baby. That's what it is.
That's wrong. That's wrong on so many levels.
Parliament.
Hey, but that was Parliament though.
I mean, I get it.
It was a lot.
It was a lot going on. Everybody did their own
brother
thing.
George Clinton.
Everybody did their own thing in that group.
Hey, boy.
What was that? What was that? What were those
right
drugs called that they were doing? Psychedelic.
Psychedelic. It was a lot of
hallucinogenic.
Yeah, it's hallucinogenics like the mushrooms and the acid and all that stuff.
Who was that who put that? I think it was you, Dana, put that thing in the chat talking about this went all the way wrong, where the man came up, the lady said that the other lady took her $20 and gave her some plaster, and then the lady was like, "Oh no,
police officer."
Cocaine's a hell of a drug in that video.
Yo, I would have been like this, lady.
I ain't taking that woman's name because I'm a prostitute.
Listen,
Don't disrespect my child like that. Don't disrespect my child like that.
Right. Right.
That's crazy.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
She don't sell drugs. She's a prostitute.
That is the perfect lesson to the children. Perfect lesson to the children. Leave the drugs alone.
Listen, that's where I'm going with it. I think they were a whole
She
bunch
was a working woman of the night. It's not.
She was at Take Your Child to Work Day. So.
No.
Damn, Dana, that was good. That was good, Dana.
Hey, all the dudes have been like, okay.
Uncle.
Right there, right there on career day.
That was way too much. I don't even have a napkin
on career day. On career day, what's your mama doing?
Because I done pictured the whole thing.
What's your mama doing?
I done pictured the whole thing.
Well, my mama work at night. Okay, that's fine. You can bring her.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
No.
As soon as she walk, all the dudes be like,
that reminds me of that Dave Chappelle episode where Tyrone Biggums went to the thing, and he's like, and the first time I did this.
Right. Hey, but the funny part gonna be when she walk in there. Hey, Doug. Hey, honey.
People.
Latieri,
how you doing?
I am not ready for all this. I'm not.
Because she know him.
Because you're not gonna get me like that again. I'm not doing that.
TV keep it 100.
We've gone completely off script. Please bring us back.
Yeah, let me.
We rode off about 15 minutes. 16
let me
minutes.
tell you, y'all are on something. Oh Jesus, nice. Yes. Let's talk about this. Saturday.
Yes.
We have an opportunity for the first black jockey to win the Kentucky Derby in 119 years. What y'all think?
Yes.
Come on with it.
I hope he takes it all.
Kendrick Carmouche, 37 years old, from Louisiana.
Wonderful.
But I just think that it's still
119 years.
I just still think that it's still crazy that we're still having black first and we're in 2021.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not a black first.
No.
It's not a first.
Because in the first few, there were black winners. There were 15 in the first, I think, 29 races. 15 were black.
The difference is those jockeys weren't paid, if you catch my drift.
Right.
No, that's for sure. But here's the thing:
those were slaves.
Right,
so we're talking about free black men.
Oh well,
how about this?
Let's not do that.
Wait, Latif, like we about to talk about roots. We talking about a horse ride.
Wait. We can go with what you saying, Latif, but just not in this instance. But yes, it's a shame that the first black situations are still happening right now.
Exactly. Latif, are those runaway horses too? Like keep going on,
boy.
All right, we're gonna keep going.
Hey, by the way, shout out! You gotta watch that brother on Saturday.
Best of luck to old boy though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. The first juror spoke out about the Derek Chauvin trial. Brandon Mitchell, juror number 52. He said the biggest part of the case was watching someone, speaking of George Floyd, die every day, over and over and over again. Oh my goodness. And living with that as a black man and leaving the courtroom and going out into society as a black man.
That's crazy. It's PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally PTSD because I mean you're trying to enact justice on a tragic event and everybody is constantly trying to you got a prosecution showing it, then you got a defense trying to say, well, what he did, it really didn't happen, but it happened because of this. And it's like, no, I'm looking at this dude die every single time, 8 minutes and 46 seconds at a time. I'm looking at it every single day. It's traumatizing.
Yeah,
doing it in slow motion and running it back. I can only that's got to be brutal.
That's the same thing that happens daily on Instagram. Once they keep showing stuff, you don't see it on just one person's page.
Yeah.
It's like on multiple pages. Ever since George Floyd, ever since that incident, it's like stuff every week, every day. It's always something, and you're looking at it and you're playing it back, and that is not a normal situation or a healthy situation for a mind to continue to look at that type of trauma. Yes, they will, Belinda. I'm
He said
telling it
he's
for
getting
you
help
right
too.
now. It's not
You
a
know,
healthy situation for somebody to sit there and have to keep looking at that. And then for him to have to keep doing that and to make a decision upon that, I mean, off of that, for that piece of history that just happened,
Right.
that's crazy. He's really going to need some mental help.
Yeah.
I think the
Not
other part.
saying that he's crazy, but for him to go walk through or get through and get past what's going on.
Right.
The other part that he talked about is, I mean, he's 6'4" and
Right,
250
Megan.
pounds. He's a big brother, right? So
Right.
I think, it's hard. Even think about us, even as parents, when we see stuff that happens with kids on TV or news, it's hard even as a parent to take yourself out of that situation, let alone
Right.
you're a juror on a case and you're seeing a black man being killed right in front before your eyes, video after video after video after video. It's hard to take yourself out of that situation. Right. And so, and I think the other part that he really said that he was concerned about was, is this going to be deja vu again, all over again, even though we know what is right?
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's the sad part.
Mm-hmm. And LeBron James calls for more accountability. He said, I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down. We talked about the tweet last week because it was used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system. And they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability. And just to remind you, he was talking about the young lady who was out in front of her group home who was killed by the police officer as she was lunging towards another grown woman with a knife. Yeah. But I'm going to ask you a question about that. If that were your child, that was the grown person, how would you want the police to react to save your child? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Like
The
she
same
was
way
a
they
white
react in all
girl.
them other videos when it's not us, they save them
Right.
and talk
As
to
if
them
she was a
1,000
white
times.
girl and maybe you might need to tase her.
I think that sounds good. And I think that's on the tips of everybody's mouth. Like, I would want you to treat them like you would treat somebody that looks like you. Is there anybody who can cite any case where it was two white people against the white people and one white person was trying to hurt with a deadly weapon somebody?
Well,
I'm
we
just curious.
see a lot where they were trying to stab the police.
No,
Right.
not that they were addressing the police, but
Well,
that they were doing another civilian.
I mean, you had the one recently where the dude in Denver, he was apprehended, down in Colorado Springs after he killed 10 people and a police officer.
No, Latif, I'm talking about in the midst of it. And maybe it's not for a discussion. Okay. It was just something that I was thinking about.
I got
it's hard for me to talk about it because they have a different type of training, because I've been doing it for 25 years. We don't have weapons. And when it's a edge weapon attack, we got to go in. Nobody dies. So me knowing that there's a possibility, but I can't speak on their training. If their first instinct is to go to their hip, and that's what they do, I guess. I mean, he's authorized to do it. Now his discretion could have took him somewhere else.
Right.
Now
that's the whole point, Dana. I had this debate with a frat brother of mine who is a police officer, and he was just, he was trying to give me the business for like the say her name thing, and I was just like, dude, you are sitting there with 14 bullets on your hip. You go to target practice on a weekly basis. You know all these things, and you're telling me that the only force you can use is deadly force in that scenario. And all he could say was good point, because he knows full well, had that been a white woman, had that been a white man, there would have been no question about how the officer would have been dealt with.
And
but the struggle I have is that police officers will go directly to deadly force with black people because the precedent sits that I will probably walk away, I will probably get my job back, I will probably go on a paid vacation for a while and then come right back. And I think that instinctually, that's the problem I have, is that these folks are operating under a different set of rules for black people than there are for white people.
Well, the rules is
The
fear.
thing too is
The
that
rules is fear.
the people say, "Oh, she was gonna kill her." I have seen people get stabbed multiple numbers of times and still didn't die. So it's not like, and these people, they practice with edge weapons. They do this, we walk the tail, look around, they in the corner, they maneuvering, trying to hit arteries and this and that. So, there's no guarantee she would have died. There's no guarantee she would have lived. But, it's just, everybody's
I
like,
know that the
oh, hypothetical this,
officer,
hypothetical that. But how many people walk around with stab wounds? A whole lot of us.
That part.
the officer I know did not know the backstory, but when I heard the backstory, it just made it all the more an issue for me, about the young lady's foster mother calling over an older person to come beat her up because she was, unruly and this and that. Like it's just a terrible situation. And I think
The
that,
whole situation.
it also speaks to the need for just a overhaul of that entire system, because clearly there's a lot that's wrong.
Dwight,
the
what I heard you
training.
say is that there is a thought process that happens when police officers are in a sense where they're trying to de-escalate a situation with somebody that looks like them, meaning a white police officer.
Right.
And there is no thought process prior to dealing with someone that does not look like them because there is no compassion. I get it. Thank you for
no
explaining that
compassion.
to me, because I did want to understand. I know what is right. I know that they don't treat us the same way, but I haven't heard anybody articulate it the way you said it to make sense to me.
And that's the reason why they all of their encounters with us is always going to be one of fear and one of to deal with the fearful tactic to eliminate the threat. And they've always viewed us as a threat. Like we have never been embraced in any form or fashion in this society. And so therefore, when it's in a lawful enforcement environment, that lawful enforcement environment is to, if they don't do what I say, I'm putting them down. And
Dwight,
I'm only
last
gonna
point
say it
on
one
this.
time.
Dwight, last point on this, because I want to go to something that Ebony touched on. Were you getting ready to say anything?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, when you think about Amadou Diallo, when you think about the brother in Sacramento who was on his cell phone, when you think about the brother who had the Subway sandwich in Ohio, like there's always, to Latif's point, there's always an assumed fear or an assumption that you're toting a deadly weapon, even when you're holding a wallet or a cell phone or a sub sandwich or you name it, just because of the color of your,
But that's what's so
because
funny?
of the color of your skin.
When they see the people that do have the big ass deadly weapons, they don't do nothing to them.
They give them water.
You under the assumption with me, but you see them with a look. I was going to say a sawed-off shotgun, but
I knew you was gonna say it.
yeah, but you see them with an assault rifle, and you trying to talk them down.
One time,
And I'm
Now
gonna
that
take you
takes
to Burger King.
Stop, Latif. That
All
takes
of that.
us to Ebony's point where she was talking about police officers, and that it just takes me to this next comment, which is W. Camus Bell. He said that we need new cops.
Pretty much.
The
That's what I said.
The people who are attempting to be police officers, what's the psychology behind what they are going into this field for?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this.
They have to pass a psychological test, right? Dana?
Yeah, but that ain't
those
nothing.
are biased already.
That ain't nothing.
You can pass that. You can hide that until you get around. You get around a bunch of people that's
people
like
hide
you.
being crazy every day.
Yeah, and their psychology is a situational behavioral based questions that they use. So an example of that is, tell me about a time when your superior officer did something that was outside of standard operating procedures, and how did you do it? So they go about it in a situational based behavioral sense, rather than to just say, hey, so when you were in high school, did a couple of black people kind of bully you, or they kind of mess with you? Because that's what this is, in my opinion. It's just in my opinion. These are dudes that had sand kicked in their face when they was in high school or what have you, or junior high, what have you. And there was one black dude that looked like me, and when he pulled me over, all that crap come back up. And all I got to say is one thing, and he goes way out in left field.
Not even that, Latif. I just think that they just raised that they don't like black people. They just raised that they don't like them.
Yeah,
of course.
That's what I was gonna say, Jessica. Or that's just, it's been ingrained in them since birth.
And that's cool too.
We're a threat.
And so
we are a
that's
threat.
what comes out, and that is their reaction to us.
Well, think about policing right now. If you think about policing right, like 2021, there is no difference between policing now and in the last 80 years in terms of what they've said. So I want you to think about this. Like a police officer will tell you, well, my job is that if I see something that's out of place or out of order, that's my job to respond to that. And oftentimes it's criticized among civil rights organizations where you're saying, well, any black person in a situation that you see is out of sorts is the person that you harass. And we say that that's bias. But I want you to think about that in the context of black people weren't allowed in certain neighborhoods up until the 1970s, right? Weren't allowed to live, be sundown towns, Miami Beach being one of them, right?
Absolutely. Red line.
So if we know that that's the case, you're talking about the same qualifications for why a black person shouldn't have been on that side of the railroad tracks in the 1960s is the same application that police are using today in 2021 with no change. And so we're sitting there expecting
how can you afford this car? How can you afford this kind of car?
Right.
Why are you over here why are you riding around in Pine? Why are you on the beach? And this
is still accountability. It's accountability. Listen, you're not accountable for who you hire. You're not accountable for who you're killing. You're not accountable. You haven't had to be accountable. You're disrespectful. It's out of control. It's way out of control. And then when you look at it like the Chauvins, people like that, where then you go back into their record and you see how many times they've had previous cases and issues, and they're still out there working. It's the same crap in, crap out, right? So that, it's one thing for who you hire and blowing up the system, but you still have to make sure that they're going to be accountable all the way through the process, right? Like, I can tell you just from, being in HR in the past, what we had to do to hire people and make sure you were consistent on the questioning you asked, making sure that you brought them back and they met with 4 or 5 different people, come back, and then everybody comes together and goes, yes, yes, no, 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 for all the right or wrong reasons. That's not happening with the police force.
Hey man, after every riot down here in Miami, they hired like 800 plus officers off the rip. So that's 3 times we had riots. So that's 3 times 8.
Sometimes it's not hiring more people. It's not about hiring more people.
No, he's like,
no, I understand what he's saying. I'm just saying, and included that you might hire more people, and you're thinking you might need more force. It's still hiring the right people, right? It's still hiring people.
They're
hiring the wrong people, but you got to still hire the right people.
No. Going beyond the hiring the right people, they need to blow up the whole system. And what I mean by
agreed.
What I mean by that is I need people to understand that policing in America is a relatively new phenomenon over the history of America. Like when you think about watching those old Wild Wild West movies when there was one sheriff in the whole town, that was the common denominator in most cities for a long time, where you had one constable, maybe a handful of officers. It's not until you get, to the, slave patrols, expansion of that. It basically is not until Black people get their freedom that you see the explosion of sizes of police force. Let's understand something factual, right? SWAT teams do not exist until the Black Panthers. right?
Right.
Like in America, right? Like
Right.
I need people to like wrap their heads around that. Like you create like Los Angeles SWAT, which is the first SWAT team ever created, does not come into existence until issues with the Panthers that were perpetuated by the U.S. government, right? And that's a conspiracy theory. That is fact, right? And so people, what I'm saying, people need to understand that is, I think we get caught up in this modern context because of Lethal Weapon or Law and Order SVU and all of these like, hero cop scenarios that cops have just been this way or this thing for a long time. And I just need to let folks know that ain't the case. But I also want to drop a jewel on one positive piece of legislation that came out of this raggedy session in Tallahassee. Was that they just passed a bill 2 days ago that requires two officers, if one officer sees an officer using excessive force, they have to intervene. Now in the state of Florida, hopefully the governor won't veto that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get vetoed.
I think the question is if. It's like if is the big word. If.
Yeah.
If you choose to. But I mean, listen. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dwight.
No. But what I'm saying is, at least when these things are getting filmed in scenarios like George Floyd's, now there'll be that level of accountability for those 4 people that were standing around as well. Right?
Yes.
Like it can no longer be a question of whether or not you intervene. It's also vindication for that sister who just got her pension back.
That's where I was getting ready to
you know
go.
What I mean? And so it's like steps in that direction, but I'm definitely more of a fan of let's start over. Like the system is
blow it up.
It's too corrupted. Let's figure out a new way to address public safety in this country.
Yeah, and let's not fool ourselves. There's a reason why there's so many police shows on TV. There's a reason, and people just these are great. It's because that you're trying to twist the mind into thinking that these people really have your back, and they don't. So that's why you see CSI Miami, CSI New York, CSI so and so. Those shows are put there for a reason.
Hey man, I told you about the show that I saw live PD that one time, and I had to turn from it because I was like, "This is not real."
They know they on camera.
So no, but this dude pulled over two white kids, and he pulled them over and he said, "Hey, so let me get your license registration." Dude was like, here's the registration. I don't have my license." He was like, "Oh, you don't have it on you or whatever?" He was like, "No, I don't have a license." He was like, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 20. He said, "Okay, I'll be right back." So the partner went to the other side, asked his dude for his license registration. So then he didn't have, he asked him for his license. He didn't have anything. So then they go back to the car. Then they come back and they said, "Step out the vehicle." White, with the gentleman in the vehicle said, "Dude, just walk away." The police officer proceeds to say, "Well, I'm not a dude. I'm deputy such and such, and I need you to step out the car, and you're going to have to step out the car." And I was just like, "Man, let me turn this crap to ESPN."
You almost broke your doggone remote control.
You know what I'm saying? I almost broke the TV. I almost broke the TV.
I told you about it today, Lateef. I don't know what you're drinking today. I don't know what you're drinking, but I can't with you.
Lateef almost just broke his thumb just now trying to snap it.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like if that was me or anybody, and I'm a professional.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't have been all that talking.
It wouldn't have been no talking, dude. And then you explaining it to me. You got life, what? Next subject. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Look, Lateef, we keep saying Lateef be so quick, he be ready to pull a trigger. I swear, look at him.
He almost broke the doggone.
Definitely
Lateef's a
ready
gunslinger.
to do that.
So
he
Lateef,
is done,
I'm sure
he
this
is
was
done with the mentality of peaceful protest. He's ready to let it rip.
I'm a peaceful man. Go ahead, Jessica.
No, I was gonna say, I'm sure this was on in your house. This
First of all, thank you for the energy that everyone has brought here today. The celebration of how great we all know DMX was, what he has left behind. I am seriously the luckiest woman in the world to have been adopted by the Rough Riders, but to have known DMX the way that I knew him, as a man, a father, a friend. This is so hard, y'all. What I pray, what I hope, I pray to God, I pray to our angels.
Lateef, I'm trying to figure out what are those facial expressions.
That was the X. You throw up the X.
He threw up the X.
You throw up the X, and then go.
Okay. Well, did you? Oh, okay.
He's been on this growling thing for the last couple weeks.
He's trying to figure out which bark he was gonna give his wife. That's what it was.
First of all, I'm about to say, stop flirting with Belinda on the
right.
He barking at me. Yes.
Yeah.
See, there she go. There she go.
There she is.
But look, did you guys hear Sweet's beat? Because he was. Yeah.
Like, I just wish all these people showed up for him when he was here. You know what I'm saying? You got thousands of people claiming who they are and tickets and things like that. This man needed everybody. He didn't need everybody when he's not here. He needed everybody when he was here. You understand? So we got to learn how to celebrate each other while we here. I don't want y'all to show up to my shit when I'm gone. Unless you was showing up while I was here. I want to be sent off with the same love that I had when you were standing next to me. The things that I'm witnessing from my brother's passing, it was a big educational thing for me to learn. I'm glad that I got to see it at this age. And I need everybody to do a will. You have to do your will. You do not want strangers, bloodsuckers, handling your business when you're not here. You want the ones that you love handling your business. But I'm going to make sure my brother's straight. I'm going to make sure my brother's family's straight, my brother's kids are straight, and everybody in here better do the same as well. Because this is not a fashion show. This is not a performance. This is a real life day-to-day. And I love everybody that really had love for my brother, because when you see me, you see him. Stop!
When he did that, I was like, wait a minute. You about to get me excited up in here. And that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Stop. Drop. Shut up down.
Shop.
Oh. No.
Somebody Wi-Fi is
Rough Riders roll.
Yes.
It's funny. It's funny. I saw a TikTok video, and it was a dude, and he had the crowd in the background, and the caption was, "Who's coming into heaven next?" And so everybody was just like looking. Then it said, "Dum dum 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 dum," and everybody started cheering. It was like,
that was cute.
That's sad, but cute.
It is.
Yeah, that's sad. I don't like that. Yeah,
That was the saddest, cutest thing we heard today.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Lateef, I don't know about you, Lateef.
Hey,
You starting to look like X every week. Look a little bit closer to him.
The U.S. Department of Justice announced this week that the killers and the murder of Ahmaud Arbery were indicted on multiple charges: attempted kidnapping and interference with right. I can't read my writing.
Travis is shocked and amazed at this whole situation right here.
I mean,
Do you see his face? He's like, what?
But this right here is the epitome of white privilege. Because had that video not even gone out, these dudes, we wouldn't even know nothing about these dudes.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, the local DA had to recuse herself because she knew them. Because Because dude worked in the office.
Yep.
I thought he was a
And
cop.
look,
Well,
that's
he was
why
a
he
cop.
felt like he could do it.
He was a cop, but then later on, after he retired from a cop, he was something like a counsel or something within it, or something like that. Within, I may be speaking it wrong.
I think he was an investigator. Investigator
Yeah,
for
they were connected some kind of way.
But they were all they were connected in this small town.
Mm-hmm.
That town I used to drive through all the time, going to Hampton and coming back from Hampton, coming down through Miami. I got pulled over countless times going through that county.
He probably gave you a ticket.
He probably did.
Oh no, I never got a ticket.
Look, he probably pulled you over one time.
Of course,
that's what I'm thinking. He pulled you. Okay, he didn't give you a ticket, but he pulled you over. He pulled you over
because I'm black and I got Dade County tags. So
did you drive a truck?
I mean, there's
did you
nothing.
drive a truck then?
Back then, I had the 280ZX.
That's why.
Then you
had an F-150, they wouldn't have bothered you.
I had a 280ZX.
Your senior year, Latif, you got the truck?
Yeah, that was my senior year. That was my senior
year.
He
had no problems that whole year.
No, he had Miami-Dade plates. He was getting pulled over.
I
got pulled over in Greensboro.
Yeah.
I was my Florida tag.
But I never got. I never
had the get down in the back too. So
I had to get down in the back too. But what I'm saying is, I got pulled over in my truck with my Florida tags, with all my windows tinted at night.
With the tinted windows.
I don't think I ever got pulled over, not just for just not doing nothing.
You didn't have a truck like that. You had a little car.
No, I had a Nissan Pulsar.
Yeah, you had a little.
It didn't matter because Belinda and I got pulled over in her Pontiac Sunbird, which is the epitome of a drug mule car.
But did she have Florida tags?
She had Florida tags.
Oh, okay.
She had the epitome of a drug mule car.
Don't even
look. Gary said,
"No, I did not get pulled over for nothing."
I did in Green.
No, I did not. I didn't get pulled over. No,
from
speeding, I would get pulled over, and that
from
was
Jacksonville
when I was driving
Georgia.
home, but not just driving in Greensboro. No,
from Jacksonville to Georgia.
Through Tift County, Georgia. Tift County is notorious. You better be.
You know what? When I listen to all this, I think there's a theme, whether it's the right case, whether it's George Floyd, and me. I had a very interesting conversation with somebody that I went to college with, who happens to be white, which, I'm saying that for the sake of saying the story, because any other time I wouldn't be like, hey, he's a white guy. Yeah. But what I realized, here's the thing that I realized. They're arrogant. They're so arrogant.
But not all of them. Not
all of them. But I'm going to just say this. You're arrogant enough to tell me, you're arrogant enough to try to tell me that what you're doing wrong is right.
No, acceptable. They know it's not right.
I'm supposed to accept what you're saying is wrong because we know it ain't right. And I think that's what happens with a lot of this stuff that's going on that we are seeing, to where we're coming. Oh, we just got that case. Oh, let's be excited. That is wrong.
No,
wrong is wrong.
All of it is wrong.
All of it is wrong. And it's arrogance.
All I'm doing is going to school, and then this dude pulls me over for no other reason than I'm black and I got Dade tags. Now, is that right?
No, because here's the thing that got me.
I was told these three white dudes would have been scot-free. Like, nobody would have known nothing about these dudes.
Nothing.
No.
As a matter of fact, I met his step pops, and his step pops was running the whole thing down to me because he's a frat brother, and I was just in awe. And then I saw the mother, but I didn't want to.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Ahmad Arbery.
Okay.
Ahmad Arbery's step pops. I met his step pops.
Okay.
And his mother was there too at this particular event. It was a flag football game, but I didn't approach or anything. But he and I had the conversation and everything. He was just telling me how grateful he was to everyone's support and everything. And he said it's a sad thing, but he said that he's glad for that video. He said because none of it would have been possible without that.
Who shot the video?
They did. That's the crazy part about it.
The dude on the right.
Right. That's
the dude
right.
on the right.
The arrogant people.
Yeah, because it is arrogance. You're so arrogant to think you'll never.
Yeah.
And that's
Like, I'm
even
gonna
if
do a
I'm
video
caught,
take this.
even
We're
if
gonna
I'm
have a
caught,
good
I'm gonna get
time
off. I'm gonna get
watching
off.
this
But
at
I was
home
told,
at a
I was
dinner
told
table.
that the reason why black folk are getting killed is because of decisions that we're making. And I was like, wait, so you're telling me I'm going to work at 5:30 in the morning? I got a uniform on, work hat, work clipboard, work cards. I'm clearly going to work at 5 something in the morning. One cop comes to one side, the other cop comes to the passenger side. He has his hand on his gun, and you're trying to ask me where I'm going, and I tell you I'm going to work. You ask me if I'm going to jail. You've asked me, do you want to go to jail? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is because of the decision I got up just to go to work and go about my day. Are you freaking kidding me? But you
Absolutely, Roy.
still are arrogant enough to try to convince me that
Absolutely,
your
Roy.
wrong is right. Get
Because
that.
this is white America. Get it right.
Well, let's leave on a petty note because
Oh,
this
petty.
is
I'm
my
petty.
2 cents. This is my
I'm
2
mad
cents.
now.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna make you laugh. Here we
It's about
go.
time, Roy. It's about time. Jesus Christ, been
Dwight.
working on you for about 4 or 5 years.
Dwight. Thanks to Dwight. He's here.
HBCUs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't explain none of this stuff you're talking about.
Go ahead,
This
Jessica. I'm sorry.
This is exactly why. This is exactly why you said what you said.
This is what I
Justina.
said. When
This
this
is
train get
exactly.
going, you
Yep.
can't stop it.
You cannot.
Mm-mm.
You cannot.
You
You
cannot
cannot.
tell people.
Wait,
you cannot put them in a box. And
but
Nope.
do
the
this.
saddest part
sit
about
here.
this is FLETC is in Glenn County, the federal law
It
enforcement training.
is. It is. It is. It's right there. It sure is.
And
Right
a lot
off
of
the
guys,
exit.
I went to FLETC with, I kind of talked to them bad because they didn't have nothing to say about what happened right outside the gates.
Right outside the gates. You're
So,
absolutely correct. Go ahead.
all right, we can go ahead.
Go ahead, Jessica. Go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry.
See?
Before we go to petty, but did y'all see this? LeVar Burton got the amount of fans to sign a petition for him to be a guest host on Jeopardy.
Oh, that's
Butterflies
good. Why
in
would
the
you have
sky.
to do this though? But why
I
did
can
that
go
have to happen
twice
like
as
that?
high.
I love Jeopardy.
Hey,
I do too.
It's
I do
you
too.
you see, you got the Captain America shield too. So it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the name of the guy who was on there the other day? And we were like, gosh, he sounds like Alex Trebek.
Oh, that was Anderson Cooper.
He sounds just like him.
God.
But he was still a little tight, though. He was tight.
But he's been the best one.
Yeah,
he's been the best
I
one.
like Alex.
He's been the best one so far. But yeah, petty. Dwight, you're petty last week for the birth announcement, sex of the birth, whatever it's called. Oh, gender reveal. Gender reveal. That went over.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And Ebony and I, we agreed. The best part was when old boy turned around.
Turned and smiled.
That was, oh my goodness. And so in true Dade County,
it's true Dade County fashion.
Yes. The evolution of Jay-Z.
He is. We the only people that have them doggone not wicks.
Matted dreads.
That's
all
not
he is
what is
missing
that one called?
is
the Dade County Wicks in the words of my brother Miles.
Gold teeth.
Hey, boy, them Dade County Wicks. Dade County Wicks.
Listen.
And then we stand on the wall with our hands up like this here.
Yeah, all the way high like this.
We'll be like right there.
All the way.
All the way up here. And the thumbs touching the side. Thumbs touching the side. Yes, sir. 305, dog. Where you at? Where you at, dog?
Teeth say like this.
Teeth, you don't even say dog. You say cuh.
What's up, cuz? Where you at, cuz?
What's up, cuz?
Where you at, cuz? Hey, dog, bring that right here.
That's so funny.
Hey, I saw another TikTok meme.
Oh Lord.
And it said Florida people talking. I know. So the kid said, Mama. She said, what? She said, I want you to repeat after me.
Right.
She said, say both of them. Both of them.
Both of them.
Say everybody. No, she said all of them. All
All
of
of
them.
them.
Oh,
All of
All
Just
of them.
them. Just them.
Just them.
I said, that's what I'm. Hey, I don't see anything wrong with
But
that.
we
I
not the
don't
only
understand.
area that has their own
No.
twang to
language.
words. Like
Of course.
DC, Maryland, that
Yeah.
Oh
everybody,
no! Did you see the
Georgia.
Hulu tweet?
everybody.
Everybody and Joe.
Did,
And
did you
Jones.
see
Joe.
the Hulu tweet
Got
for
Joe.
Baltimore though?
No, what
That
was
was
that?
so. They said, "How would you say Hulu if you were from Baltimore?" And
Right.
Hulu tweeted talking about HEWLEW, like Hulu in that Baltimore slang, like Hulu.
Hulu. And then they say the number 2. Two.
Phew,
Yeah, Teal.
It's
phew.
2.
Everybody sound like they fresh off the
And then,
wire.
and then he said, hey man, I'm from Baltimore. He said, man, you ain't from no Baltimore. He said Baltimore.
Baltimore.
It's Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. You got
That is funny.
like you got a mouthful of marble. Baltimore.
Right, Baltimore.
That is funny. Look, last night when we pulled up to the draft party, I got ready just being funny to I rolled the window down to ask the parking attendant where was our specific parking area, and I was getting ready to be funny and say, "What an Urge parking lot."
Girl, the whole time I was in the car, I kept saying, "We going to Urge.
We going to the
Urge
Urge
parking
party.
lot. We going to the Urge.
Yes.
We parking in the Urge parking lot.
We parking in the Urge
We
parking lot.
parking in the
Yeah,
Urge
They
parking
say,
lot."
at the
The
Orange
whole
Bowl.
time.
Orange Bowl.
Listen,
Urge.
Brandy
And the strawberries and the
Brandy went to McDonald's and ordered some orange juice like that.
Nice.
And they gave her the orange juice that it was just the water and it wasn't no sweet in it. It was nasty. She was like, "This is what I get. I got the orange juice."
Listen, by the way, shout out, they brought the High C Orange back. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
they brought the
great.
High C Orange back.
Ooh.
We'll see you guys
Good
next
stuff.
week. Peace.